I want to throw in a kind of a quick tangent lesson here, I guess you could call it, on a feature that Procreate added within the last couple of years, which is the ability to save selections. I've done this in the past, especially with things like skin tones that I know I'm going to come reselect over and over, because I might select her skin to do shadows and then select it later to do highlights, or select it later to do something else. And with one of the limitations with Procreate, and I'm going to turn off the reference on the inks here for a second. Just click on the inks and click reference. So if I go back to my flats and click on the magic wand or the automatic selection tool, you'll notice that if I click using that tool on her face, it doesn't select her hands. You have to click those and select those as well. And this is the only app that works that way. Clip, Photoshop, there's very other few apps that don't allow to just select all the same color, but Procreate doesn't. And so what I would recommend doing, or what I've done in the past, is to go in and I'm going to select all of this skin on for all of these characters. Okay, right there, right there, right there. All these little areas of skin. I think I got them all. I didn't get his eyebrows. Let's get his eyebrows. There we go. So now that I've got all those selected, I can go down to Save and Load at the bottom of the screen. Click Save and Load, and just click the plus sign. Now what that's going to do is create a selection of just the skin tones. And the way you can use that then, which we'll use later, is you can click on the selection tool, go to Save and Load, and just click on Selection 1. It will reselect those skin tones for you. And if you're wondering, well, why would you want to do that? Well, if I don't have that, so let me just show you the difference. If I want to select all the skin tones, I can go to the selection, click Save and Load, hit Selection 1. It's going to do all the skin tones. I can start doing my coloring on that if I want. If I don't have that as an option, I have to go through every time that I want to do anything to the skin and click all the places where that skin shows up. It's not an optimal workflow to me to do that way. So anything that like skin tones or clothing or things that you might revisit a couple of times, it's not a bad idea to use those save selections. The only thing that it doesn't do right now that I wish it did is the ability to rename. I wish I could hold that and rename it to say skin or something. It's not an option, unfortunately. You just have to remember that that's what you selected there. Now, another thing that I do pretty often is these, kind of shift the entire background to be lighter or darker or whatever during the coloring process. I'll show you some of that later. But again, I want to quickly select the entire background, let's say in this last panel. Now, if I go to the big flats layer and click the selection tool, make sure it's on automatic, I can click that and it's gonna select the top part that's all connected together, but it's not getting everything that is disconnected. All of this stuff at the bottom, the floors, where the cabinets are, all that stuff doesn't get selected. So if I want to quickly grab that background and all I have are my big flats layers and the main flats layer, it's going to take a while to select it every single time. So I like to set up my backgrounds on a separate layer strictly for selection purposes sometimes. And again, this is not something I do every time, but I'd like to show you guys as many options as possible. So what I'm going to do, let's say I just want to select the backgrounds in, let's just say, these last two panels. So I'm going to use that big flats layer that I set up earlier. I'm going to go to my selection tool, make sure it's set to automatic, and click on all of these characters. Now I'm also going to click into the gutters because I just want to leave everything except the background. Go to my panels, hold down my selection to bring that back up. Remember, again, holding down the selection will reload the selection. I want to choose the top two panels. And now you can see that I only have the background in panel 3 and 4 not selected. So what that means is I can now just click invert. And now I only have the background selected in panel 3 and 4. Okay, so just to show you a quick way to do that. But now that we have that, I'm going to make a new layer and I'm going to label this background, BG. Click on the layer and fill. Now you're not going to be able to see this because this is under our flats. But now we can use another selection trick that Procreate has, which is 2-finger select is what I call it. I don't know what it's called. But what it does is it selects the contents of the layer. So on the background layer, if I 2-finger hold on that, it now selects just the background in those 2 layers because they're by themselves on that layer, which looks like this. And if you want to do that, you just long press on the little checkbox to view whether it's off or on or not. This layer that toggles everything, you can hold that and it will isolate that layer. This actually isn't perfect. There's a few little marks in it I need to clean up, but you get the idea. So we can make selections using the selection tool. We can select using the contents of the layer like we did here. And we can use those big flats and the panels layers to sort of narrow those selections where we need to. If I come up with any other selection tricks along the way, I'll let you know, but that's all the ones for now. Let's move on.